Alright guys, I am watching Total Divas right now on the E channel. This is the first episode. What's this one called? Welcome to the WWE. I've had a few people ask me if I'm going to review this show. I figured I'd at least watch the first episode. I don't really like these types of shows. So I'm going to see how this goes. I don't know if I'm going to watch every episode or not. And I'm actually watching it currently. I'm about 15 minutes in. Or 10 minutes in or something. So what I'm going to do is every so often I'm going to pause it and then give my thoughts. So I'm going to see how that works out here. So far, the Bella Twins and the Funkadactyls are busy training for their big WrestleMania match, which now we know never happened. They took it off the show and they had to wait until Raw to do the match. So it's kind of funny knowing that now. But what's happening? Oh, and John Cena buys Nikki Bella a Range Rover, I believe. Something like that. And Daniel Bryan is on the show with the other Bella twin. And now it's showing Natalya, and she's training for her WrestleMania match. But the WWE creative team or somebody, talent relations, I don't know, pulls her aside and tells her that she's not going to have a match at WrestleMania this year. She's upset about it because she had her family coming in for the big WrestleMania match, and she asked them if there's going to be a Divas match on the show, and they say yes, the 8-man tag, which is, again, funny because there was no Divas match on WrestleMania this year. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and continue watching, and I'll be back shortly. Alright, so this is really sad and depressing, but Natalya, not only does she not get a match at this year's WrestleMania, but her job is to chaperone the new girls, Eva Marie and JoJo, around for whatever they need. And she also has to chaperone Ariana, which is Cameron from the Funkadactyls, her boyfriend. She's got to chaperone this guy around too. So we meet the new girls, we meet Ariana's boyfriend, and then they're getting ready for their big match at WrestleMania, which was also really depressing because the match didn't happen. So they're getting all these costumes ready for their big match in front of all these thousands of people. And Ariana comes up to her boyfriend and she's crying and says Brodus just told her she sucked in front of everybody. And her boyfriend gets pissed off and wants to fight Brodus Clay. Brodus Clay would have shit stomped this guy so fast. It's just ridiculous that this guy thinks he's going to fight Brodus Clay, who's like 6'8", 400 plus pounds probably. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, she shouldn't have had her boyfriend back there. And I actually feel bad for Naomi because they could fire Cameron over something like that, which would affect Naomi's career too. So I think Cameron or Ariana, whatever, is just really new to the business and just doesn't understand how things work. Even though she comes out there and dances and stuff, she doesn't know anything. I mean, this is the girl on Tough Enough who said one of her favorite wrestling matches of all time was Alicia Fox versus... I can't even remember, but it was a really terrible moment in Tough Enough, and Stone Cold just looked at her like, what the hell are you even talking about? Like, you clearly know nothing about wrestling. And this is just another example of that. But it was so funny. This guy was so pissed off. He wanted to fight Brodus. And Natalya was there trying to calm this random dude down. It was just pathetic. Alright, so Eva Marie was told to dye her hair blonde. She didn't think she would look good as a blonde, so she went against the WWE and dyed her hair bright red, which I actually think looks really good. But that is something you don't really do in WWE, but then again, sometimes when you stand up for yourself, they actually respect you more. And Natalya goes on to say that the other divas get to walk the red carpet, and she doesn't even get to do that. So it probably did work in Eva Marie's favor to do this. However, at this big party, the Bellas feel like the rookies aren't divas yet. So they need to kind of intimidate them. They tell them to get them champagne and kind of act bitchy towards them. But then again, it's not like Eva Marie had to pay any dues. She kind of just got brought in because of her looks. JoJo I don't know about, but that girl's only 19, so I don't know what's up with her. But Eva Marie, she didn't have to pay any dues like a lot of the other female wrestlers. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense that they would want to intimidate her. And even Marie's like, that shit's only going to happen once. This girl has no idea what most wrestlers have to go through just to get into the business, working on the road, all types of stuff, ribbing from veterans. And it's just, it kind of annoys me that she's acting pissed off that the Bellas would make her get some champagne and stuff. But whatever. Alright guys, so Nikki Bella goes out to dinner with John Cena, and she asks him if he sees them possibly getting married. He says he's recently divorced, he's already done that, he's not really interested in marrying somebody else. So she is kind of upset by this, but willing to wait for John Cena and allow them to take their time or whatever. But I don't know. I didn't give a shit about any of this. Then we see the WrestleMania match. The girls are waiting for their match. John Cena comes out and they realize they've been cut. So Natalya, Eva Marie, JoJo, they all run backstage and they're like, when are you guys going on? And they say, never. It's sad. It really is. I mean... But you got the Funkadactyls, they're all depressed because they say, you know, we work all year for this. This is our big WrestleMania match. Well, what about guys like Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes? Those guys really do work. I mean, they don't just go out there and dance. So I feel worse for those guys, but whatever. So they don't get the WrestleMania match. They do, however, get it on Raw the next night, even though it didn't show that on the show. And then it shows the preview of what's going to happen this season. Looks like a bunch of scripted drama and just fake E-channel crap, really. You know, a lot of these reality shows are scripted, and this one looks like they really just try to hype this up with fights, and everybody's mad at each other. The Funkadactyls are fighting, and then the worst thing, though, is they try to make it look like they take out their real-life stuff in the ring. Like, if they're really pissed off, then they're going to hit that person in the ring. And you know that's just complete bullshit. That does not happen. I don't even think that happened with Matt Hardy and Edge. So, I don't know. It was an interesting episode, I guess. I'm not really that into this type of stuff, but I'm willing to watch the next episode too. So, we'll see what happens. It's only like an hour show, but... yeah, get ready for some scripted drama. So anyways, that's my review of the first episode of Total Divas. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this episode if you watched it in the comments, and thanks for watching. Bye. Alright, and I do want to reiterate one more point before I end this review. I know I did say that they tried to make it look like they're really taking out real-life frustrations on each other in the ring, and that does not happen. I know it really does happen with guys. It's called receipts. I know all about that stuff, like Hardcore Holly beating the crap out of Rene Dupree. Sometimes things like this do happen in wrestling, but the way they made it look on here, no. That's what I meant by when I said that. I just want to make that clear, is it showed Naomi getting pissed off at her boyfriend Jey Uso, or Jimmy Uso, and then she hits him with like a flying head scissors. That's what I mean. It's ridiculous over the top stuff, but they try to make it look like, oh, she's getting him back. No, he would have to help her do a move like that. So that's what I meant. Anyways, I just wanted to clear that up.